Do you know what the difference is between these three in texting? Excited, upset, neutral. It's easy to understand how a person feels about you once you understand their digital body language. Last year, the researchers from Language Life analyzed the key differences between how men text compared to women using these 5 categories. Our first quest is punctuation. Blue represents the number of people who didn't use punctuation, while red represents the number of people who use it a lot. Yellow stands in the middle. As you can see, women tend to use much more punctuation than men do. But what is the exact meaning behind this? Let's get back to this example. It's pretty self-explanatory why this is excitement and this is neutral. But the period? In 2017, it was discovered that Gen Z perceives the period as less sincere and negative in texting. Why would you go the extra mile to put a period at the end of a text for no reason? But what if a message looks like this? In her book called Digital Body Language, Erica Dwan actually revealed the meaning behind the multiple question marks and exclamation marks. This applies for both men and women, but this is something more specific for women. This is called key smashing, and it sounds like it looks. Pure excitement. Now, in the same study from the beginning of the video, it shows that women usually send longer texts than men do. As a rule of thumb, the more letters, the more positive the text. Yet, when we receive messages, we don't just pay attention to their size. We also notice how they're structured. In 2022, the researchers from Lingo Lab wanted to find out what is the most attractive way to text a person. So they took 805 participants and showed them a screenshot from a hypothetical coworker. This is how the message looked like. Then the participants were asked to rate how much they liked this imaginary coworker on a scale from 1 to 7. Participants rated the back-to-back messages at an average of 4.31, while the paragraph message scored 5.36. That's a 20% increase in likability for a person they never knew. Of course, the ratings were slightly different depending on the generation. So if you want to show interest by sending longer texts, use big blocks instead of back-to-back messages. This will not only make you more likable, but also activate the typing bubble effect. What's that? Apparently, seeing that someone is typing in the chat gives us more dopamine than seeing the actual message. So don't take more time to respond, take more time to press send. But this lands us on another aspect of digital body language: response time. Here's the deal. Quick responses mean that the person you're talking to is interested and gets excited whenever they see your name popping up on their screen. Moderate responses indicate moderate interest. They probably like you, but you didn't fully catch their attention. I'll show you how to do that a little bit later in the video. Delayed responses can be summarized on this graph. If they haven't responded for 2 to 3 hours, they may actually be busy. If they haven't responded for 6 to 7 hours, they may have forgotten about you. It's time to... Yet... In her book, Erica Dwan also revealed that women tend to naturally respond slower than men. This happens mainly because they proofread the messages and try to make them as nice and polite as possible. That politeness can vary from adding hedges or even adding LOL at the end of a sentence. This perfectly matches the study from the beginning of the video. But now comes the question: how can you tell if a girl genuinely likes you or she's just polite? Look at the message ratio. If it looks like this, she's into you. If it looks like this, she's just being nice. But what if she responds like this? Well, girls are proven to use much more emojis than men to express their feelings. Now I want you to take a look at this table created by Emojipedia. Every heart color has a meaning. Of course, this can still differ depending on the girl, so don't take the description word by word. The last metric is abbreviation. This is the only category when men and women tend to be similar. But remember this, more abbreviations means less effort from her. Thus, less interest in your conversation. So how can you hook her? Between 2014 and 2015, Pew Research Center survey discovered what are the best and worst topics when it comes to building a romantic connection. As you can see, funny stuff ranked at the top, while political and religious topics landed at the bottom. Now, there are 4 types of humor that work best via text: exaggerating, observational humor, self-deprecating humor, and playful teasing.
I ain't even gonna lie. You look like you can pick me up. I've been staring at you. You look real strong. I ain't that strong.
But of course, you don't want to be seen as just a comedic relief, so you need to add depth to the interaction. How? Take a look at this commercial from Apple. They always manage to show their high value without bragging about their achievements. You have to do the same. Instead of, I'm really successful at my job. People always say I'm one of the top performers. Say this. Today's been wild. We finally pulled off a project that took months. Feels good seeing the work pay off. Now, if you made it this far, you know how to read digital body language and how to successfully text a girl you like. But there are two atrocious mistakes that can make attraction disappear just like that. Asterisk texting and uncommon emojis. Both of these give the impression that you are trying too hard, and trying too hard gives the impression that you don't have anything better to do with your life. All of that high value, gone. But how do you know which emojis to use and not? Well, in 2024, the team at Meltwater analyzed billions of emoji uses across 15 social media websites. These were the top 10 most used emojis. As a fun fact, here's a map with the most used emojis from all the countries in the world. So if you're texting a girl, please do not use asterisks and don't try to reinvent the wheel with random emojis. But the final goal isn't to be her texting buddy, it's to finally meet her on a date. And a date comes with its own unique challenges. So here's how to create the perfect scientific first date.